Stock markets across the world continued to plunge even though US President Joe Biden vowed to ensure the safety of America's banking system after the collapse of two of the largest banks in the US, the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. Global stocks have lost $465 billion in market value since March 10th, as depositors withdraw their savings and investors broadly sold off bank shares. Even though the federal government has rushed to reassure Americans that all is well, it has given fire to speculations that more such banks could witness downfall. Falling bank shares dragged Wall Street further lower. Shares of big US banks including JP Morgan Chase & Co., Citigroup, and Wells Fargo all lost ground, while shares of regional banks plummeted by 75%. Bank shares in Europe and Asia continued to plunge, and the big loss makers included Germany's Commerzbank and Credit Suisse. The fall of Silicon Valley Bank is likely to have a chilling effect on the British biotech sector. About a half of British biotech firms were banking in Silicon Valley Bank's British arm. Chinese startups are looking to move their money out of Silicon Valley Bank as soon as they can. Silicon Valley Bank was one of the few banks that made it easy for startups to open bank accounts for dollar financing. It became a dominant choice for Chinese startups. The Indian rupee fell 4 paise to 82.27 against the US dollar, and Indian government bond yields are likely to continue falling. Oil prices also continue to dip as the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank startled equity markets and raised worries about a fresh financial crisis. Commodities such as gold and copper were also affected. During volatile trading, copper prices rose in London. The volatility in copper and other base metal prices is the result of the overall risk aversion that is spreading in financial markets due to the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. With investors seeking safe havens, the price of gold reached above $1,900. The collapse of the 40-year-old bank, which catered to the tech industry, is the largest financial institution since the failure of Washington Mutual in 2008 and roiled Wall Street for weekly opening of the stock market. These events have threatened to trigger a broader financial crisis.